Well, Coach, let's get filled in on the Sauk Centre football team this year. How many guys are out, and what is it looking like so far?
We have about 34 players in 10th through 12th grade, and then we have another 14 or so 9th graders that are playing and will be dressing for us on Friday nights. So far, we've looked pretty experienced for the number of guys we have. We have a lot of returners in our senior and junior class, and it makes life a lot easier on my end because they know the drills, they know what to expect, and it kind of just flows a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And who are some of those guys? And as you mentioned their names, what are you expecting out of them?
Well, the first guy I think that's been starting the longest has been Simon Weller. He's been at quarterback for 3 years now. We expect he's just one of the smartest kids I've ever coached, and he makes great decisions and gets everybody where they need to be. Another guy who's been around for 3 years is Kyle Froseth, that wide receiver and D-back. And I expect those two to be, in sync quite a bit. They have such good timing and chemistry together that it's fun to watch. Another guy who's coming back is a junior, Dylan Haskamp. He played middle backer for us and fullback. He's going to play a pretty big role for us this year as well. He led the team in tackles last year as a sophomore, and he only started probably 6 of the 8 or 10 games that we played. So he's looking for big things out of him as well.
Can you also mention, too, some of the guys up front for you?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 returning offensive lineman starters, and Tony Mortz at center and Gavin Nelson at guard. But then we have some big guys that came from our junior class, like Devin Thielen and Seth Cheetah, Alex Kowski. I mean, those guys they're as big as we've been in years, and they're athletic. They can move, and it's a lot of fun as a coach to watch that happen. Anytime you get big linemen that can move, it's kind of exciting.
Another player that's going to stand out too, I think, is Cade Newbert. Can you talk about the skills that he has and how you might be able to use him?
Yeah, Cade is a big, tall kid. He's probably 6'4", 6'5", and runs like a deer. He's an extremely athletic kid. We're going to use him kind of as a hybrid wide receiver, tight end, kind of like what we did last year. We expect that if people pay too much attention to one receiver, we have a couple other that will really step up and play well.
I would imagine, too, that a lot of these guys are going to go both ways, right?
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of guys going both ways. We try to limit it as much as we can, but, small school football, you have to play both ways. And we have probably, I would say, 8 or 9 guys that are going to be playing offense and defense. So for us, conditioning is pretty important and something we have to pay attention to.
As you look at your schedule, any idea as to what these other teams are going to be, what they're going to have this year, starting with Melrose?
I know Melrose lost a lot of seniors last year, and they were pretty darn tough, but I expect them to be very competitive again. Every night in our conference, it's not easy. Every team is solid. They all bring unique challenges. You go to Benson, and it's 4 and 5 wide receivers, and you go to Bold, and they pack it in with 3 running backs and 2 tight ends, so you have to be ready for everything. And every night it's a grind, so you have to play your best every Friday night if you want to get a win.